Hello guys and dolls, it's me Cora. Welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a very bold makeup look. I love this. This is a recreation of the photo that Sephora used to announce the Pantone color of the year. If you guys aren't too familiar with Pantone, I'm going to actually have a link to a video that I made talking a little bit about what Pantone does and the color of the year and products that are in this kind of general idea. I use a whole lot of products, like a gangbuster amount of products, so I will have a full list of products on vintageortacky.com, but I'll have a little mini list for you guys in the description bar. And then lastly, before we get started, I want to say thank you guys for subscribing and for giving my video a thumbs up when you enjoy them. Thank you guys so much. It really makes me feel so good. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, leave them for me in the comment section below, or if you just want to say hi. That works too. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with my primer. Today I'm using this one from Smashbox. It's the 24-hour Photo Finish Primer. I really like this primer. It was a little sample that I got with like a bunch of, like a little sample set from Sephora. And it's so smoothing on the lids and it makes eyeshadows adhere really well. Which I'm gonna just put a little bit of that on my eyebrows and just like a teeny tiny little sweeps of it under the eye because we're gonna be putting on eyeshadows down there. Don't mind my under eye bags. In the promo version of this, the girl has her eyebrows filled in with more of like a reddish tint, but with my hair the color that it is, that would have been kind of a mistake. So I decided to just go for my natural brow fill. So to get started with the actual eyeshadows and stuff, I'm going to start with a Marc Jacobs product. This is kind of unnecessary. I mean, you can totally make this happen without adding this step. But I like it, and it goes really well with this look, so I figured, well, why not include it? It does make the eyeshadows that I put on top of it slightly more metallic. Not that they really need it, but, it's fine. So just place that all over the lid, and then take my finger and just barely squeeze out the edge. You see how easily this blends out? It's kind of perfect. The next eyeshadow that we're going to play with today is Flamethrower from Makeup Geek and a MAC 222 brush. I don't believe this brush is still sold, but any kind of like small but dense blending brush would be perfect. And I'm going to start this out on my inner corner above where we have the lid color. And we're going to be blending over onto it a little bit because the model's eyelid is sort of like a pinkish orange. So we're trying to get kind of like a dual effect from it. And so we're going to blend that over into the crease, but as I come into the crease in the outer port, as I blend over onto the crease on the outer portion of the lid, I'm kind of dipping it down a little bit rather than raising it up. Now for my eyelid today, I'm going to be using a color from the Urban Decay Vice 3 palette. I'm going to be picking up Sonic. I know I used Sonic in a look recently. I really love it. It's such a just awesome eyeshadow. And I'm going to be placing that over the base shade. Just all over the lid, blended into Flamethrower a bit as well. Every time I use it, I get so happy. It's just so, it's like the perfect cranberry pink. And mixed with Flamethrower, it has that great, like, they're just like sister shades on the lid. It makes me happy. Start working on the crease shades. I'm using a really small brush for this. This is a really good time to kind of talk about using different brushes for different eye shapes. So like I have slightly hooded eyelids, so you almost want to treat your eyes when you have hooded lids as though they're small whether they are small or not. So I'm going to use a small brush to do some detailed work rather than trying to go in there with a larger brush and it would just kind of make a mess of things. So I'm going to use Bondage eyeshadow, also from the Vice 3 palette. And I'm going to place this in a C shape at the outer portion of the outer area, like so. And then a little more on the other side. So the first thing that we're doing is just working to pack the color on in that C formation. The next eyeshadow that I'm taking is Razzleberry from Makeup Geek, and I'm going to be mixing that in over where I placed Bondage. So if you have something that's this amazing, like, deep, dark raspberry kind of purpley color, you wouldn't need to use both. So again, just packing the color on. We'll blend it in a minute, don't worry. So for blending today, I'm going to be using my domed shadow brush from Real Techniques. And I want to, again, take an opportunity to talk about the type of brush I'm using. All the brushes that I've used, whether they were this one or even this one, they're all dense brushes. And that's so great for the types of eyeshadows that we're using, which are super pigmented and just so intense that if you were to go in with just a typical blending brush and just start trying to sweep it out, you're going to kind of make it look a little bit hot mess-ish because they're so pigmented. You just kind of want to just barely like blur them out. So that's what I'm going to be doing with this brush. Instead of going in and going more, or like even swirly motions, I'm going to be using very tiny little, almost like I'm buffing it type motions to buff out the shadow. I'm going to be pulling the eyeshadow further out a little bit. See, it's like dabbing, really. Dabbing motion is a really good way to put it. And even though this brush is slightly larger, because it's so dense, it does give you a nice amount of control. The other thing that you could do to kind of spice it up, is to take a little bit of Motif eyeshadow from MAC, which is a really interesting eyeshadow. Like in the pan, it almost looks like a, I think on camera it looks a little bit yellow, but in life it looks kind of like a cantaloupe color. It has a really nice like pinky orange iridescence to it. And I'm just gonna squeeze that over. Squeeze is a technical term. This is something I'm doing because I'm so fair skinned that sometimes the orange will look like a little crazy with all this red action that we're gonna have going on. However, if you have a deeper skin tone, if you just think that red and orange are the bomb.com and they are just like your colors, this would be like an optional step, but this is, for me, this makes the look work. The other thing that I'm going to do to slightly pink it up in the outer area here is take a little bit of Sushi Flower from MAC, and this is a Sigma F40. This is one of their synthetic brushes. Really, really awesome brush, and I'm just taking that right here just to pink it up a little. Okay. Now we're going to do our highlight, and for my highlight today, I'm going to take Skimp from Urban Decay and a flat little brush like this. This is a Wayne Goss brush. So I'm just going to take Skimp. This is such a good highlight. I like it because it does have a little bit of shine, which in the photo it does appear that the model has a little bit of shine on, but it's not like Mega Frosty 2006. Today I'm going to be using the number 7 Beautiful Skin Wipes. I cannot stress this enough, you guys. If you are going to use like copper eyeshadows, red eyeshadows, orange eyeshadows, any of the above, please do your eyeshadow first and then do your makeup so that you can remove any and all fallout, because otherwise you're going to look real it's just not good. Like right now, this is not a good look, but it's about to be a good look. Barely remove the outer edge. We want to maintain that soft edge, especially since we're going to do all kinds of things on the bottom. See, that already looks so much better having all that yucky fallout gone. So now I'm going to do some eyeliner. This is a Makeup Geek eyeliner. Oh my god, I freaking love this eyeliner. This is probably my favorite part about this whole look. Like, I love this look in general, but anytime I get to use this eyeliner, I get really excited. So this is Poison. Can we talk about it? Yeah. Okay, so I'm using that with a craft store brush. This is just an American Painter. I have not been able to find this since I got it, which is tragic. So anyway, painting that on the eye as my liner. And I'm going to make it a little bit blendy by doing a little bit of dab, 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 back and forth kind of situation. I want it to look like eyeliner that was applied softly and with a pencil brush, even though, or with a pencil as opposed to a brush. So see, dab, 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 dab. That way it gives you a little bit less of a clean line. I don't want, like, this whole makeup look is so soft. We are going to have a nice stark line on the bottom to balance all the softness. So this is the Kat Von D the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper. And we're just gonna do a little line of that below the red. Just gonna stop the red from being a little too crazy near my eyes. By the way, if you have green eyes, seriously, you need to do this look, because red and green, oh god, it's so good. So the first thing that I'm going to do to create this situation over here is to take a brown eyeliner from Milani, and what I'm going to do is line out the bottom edge of my lash line, not in the waterline, avoiding the waterline. And when you get to this inner portion here, I'm also going to avoid this whole inner corner situation completely. And I'm going to draw a little line up, trying to match it to the other side. Okay. Now this brown is going to give us a neutral base for all these amazing reds that we're going to use. And it's one of those like little subtle things that you do that makes a look striking. It's going to make it less like crazy red eyeshadow, and it's going to make it like, ooh, that's interesting, because you've taken that extra step to put that brown in there, even though it doesn't show terribly in the final look. So next up, I'm going to take my brush that I had Poison on after I've smudged out the brown liner and just put the Poison liner over it. Again, we're not picking up extra products, so it's not going to be like full Monty red, but it's going to be, you know, a nice little wash of the red, which is going to add and enhance when we do the eyeshadows. Again, smudgy, smudgy. I'm going to take a matte Makeup Geek eyeshadow called Bitten on a little pencil brush, blend that over, and blend it down a bit as well. I'm going to enhance this outer bit here so it has a nice smooth transition to the top of the eye. And I'm going to take another Makeup Geek eyeshadow. This is Showtime. And I'm going to take that also on that pencil brush. Tried using one without the other. You need both. You need both. Now the final thing on the lower lash line is to take a NYX Wonder pencil. This is just a flesh colored pencil, so use any pencil like that you like, or even just use a white. This is just going to make this whole under section pop and look like really gorgeously lined out. Makes your eyes look bigger. This is a really great little trick. Alright, now it's time to do a little foundation magic. Okay, so for mascara today I'm going to use my Clinique High Impact Curling Mascara. It has the curved wand that I love. Just run that through my eyelashes. So for now I'm going to do a Tarte blush. This is Blissful, and I'm taking a Sigma F84. I'm going to apply this actually where I would normally apply like a contour kind of color. Right here. It's a really pretty coral blush. Be a little cool tone. Maybe we'll warm this up a little bit. I'm going to deepen this up a little bit. I'm going to add Mood Exposure Blush from Hourglass. There we go. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. So this one is more of like a plum tone. It's definitely a warm blush, particularly on my skin. And the blush on the model is like really nice and high. I like that. I like that look. Now I'm taking a fan brush and this highlighter from Too Faced called Candlelight Glow. And I'm going to place that right here at the tops of my cheekbones. And I'm going to put a little bit above my eyebrow. A little down my nose and a little on my chin. Okay, so one of the things I loved about this look is that it paired a bold lip with a bold eye. Love it, love it, love it. I'm going to start this out with Anna Audacious lipstick from NARS. Sort of like a muted mauve. And then over that I'm going to take Icon lipstick from Hourglass. Some of their liquid lipsticks. Then I'll use a makeup brush to clean up the edge. The final touch for this makeup is to take in the Spotlight shadow from Makeup Geek. And I'm going to place this right here on the inner corner. And I'm also going to place it a little bit over the sort of like triangle that we created with the eye, you know, the light colored flesh eyeliner stuff. So here we have the finished look with the hair down and everything. I hope that you guys like this look. It's very fun. It's very bold. It's such a wonderful way to celebrate a color, to just almost go monochrome with it. I know that orange and red and copper eyeshadows are something that a lot of people are afraid to wear, and you've just got to get over that hurdle, get over that fear, because they can just really make your eyes stand out beautifully, especially if you have blue eyes or green or hazel eyes and even brown eyes. I mean, seriously, it just depends on how you pair those colors. It all will boil down to application and color selection. You guys notice I used a whole lot of different colors, and I did things like adding the pinker color to kind of pink up the orange because it was going a little orange on me. Just little things like that that you can do to make something work for yourself and try something new. Go a little bit outside of your box. I will leave you with that. Play with your makeup. Have a wonderful day. Make good choices and just be yourself. See you. Bye.